Hey guys, Star Jumper again, and this is tutorial number 4 in our mini tutorial series. So far we have a small ship, uh, and it looks alright. We have good power recharge, we have a good power capacity, and we have some thrust on here, so it's going to get us from point A to point B. But what happens if you are being shot at? First of all, we have no armor, and we also have no shields. That is, very important as our core right here, little guy, is on the front. So once that's shot, you will die and your ship will begin to overheat. And once it finishes its overheat timer, it disappears. It goes boom. So it's very important to protect your ship. So arguably the most important defense on your ship or your defensive capability is going to be shields. And they are kind of along the same principles as power reactors and power capacitors. You have a shield capacitor block, and you also have a shield recharger block. Capacitor will increase your max shield on your ship by 110 shield hit point. So your ship starts out with 220. So what you'll do, you just add 1 here. You have 330. 436, 542, and so on. Again, there's no, just like with the power capacitors, there's no soft cap for shield capacitors. And just like thrusters, there are no rules with with shield capacitors. You can put them wherever you want. There's no increasing returns for being connected or any of that, or any, creative designs with them. It's just adding up the total of what you have on the ship. And so the other aspect of your shields is your shield recharge per second. And that's given to you by your shield rechargers. Just like the reactors give power recharge per second, these give shield recharge per second. And whatever your value is, again, we'll reference the left side here, our shield recharge per second is 22 shields per second. And that's because every shield here only gives 5.5 shield recharge per second per block. Alright, so we have 4 times 5.5, you get 22. In my opinion, that's pretty small, but they're trying to create a non... So now what that's going to be is for every second you're going to have 22 shields going into your total shield capacity, which on this ship is 3,394. Again, we're referencing left side here. It's very important to keep an eye on that. It'll give a lot of stats on your ship very quickly. So 22 per second shield recharge is very small, but it will eventually reach that shield. Another thing to keep in mind with that shield recharging is whatever that value is you have for your shield recharge is directly related to how much power each second your shield system is drawing from your total power. So if you kept building here, and let's say we just kept building till there was a huge amount of shield rechargers that was greater than your power recharge per second, you would eventually lose power, and power depleted would show up on your screen. But that would be a long time from now. So we currently have 137 power per second being drawn from our power system, from the shields. I just increased it to 203. And so that also means for every second that goes by, again, you're recharging 203 shields. So if somebody was just shooting you with a little gun that did 5 damage per second, your shields will never fall. Alright, so those are the arguably 2 most important aspects to ship defense, because once you break your shields, then your ship is hit directly by any attack. The other form of defense is given to you through armor. You'll probably start out with some standard armor. What I like to do with armor is just put it around the core, because the core is the most essential. Always make sure that you can reach the core though. So you just put this around here, and this is kind of, think of it as a last ditch effort to protect your ship. If you have enough of it, it would actually give you quite a bit of defense. But again, shields are more. So keep those 2 aspects in mind. And that is it for tutorial number 4 on defense for beginners. Take care.